So this trade is much more interesting than I originally thought. So the Colorado Avalanche receive Mackenzie Blackwood from the San Jose Sharks, along with Giovanni Smith and a 2027 fifth-round pick for Alexander Georgiev.
Oh, they got
rid of Georgiev, gave up on that, obviously, along with Nikolai Kovalenko and a 2026 second-round pick and 2025 fifth-round pick.
You could make it bigger if you can't read it.
And I tried to zoom in. It wasn't working. But
so
I didn't realize that was...
second and a fifth?
Yeah, second and a fifth. And the Avalanche get a fifth.
What year is the second-round pick?
That is 2026.
So 2 years from now.
2 years.
So there's obviously a prospect coming up that somebody likes in that round. That year, I mean.
Or it's a second, and because Colorado...
You're not taking Georgiev because you think he's going to...
No. This is all about the other stuff for San Jose, because that's my first thought. So they're willing to give up Mackenzie Blackwood because they are not in win-now mode. And so what are they getting back that's beneficial to them? Is it Kovalenko that they like? Maybe. Is it the second and the fifth? And is it specific to that draft, Luds, or is it just the fact that they're collecting picks? Not hoarding them, but getting a second rounder, even if it's 2 years from now, can still be used either to be flipped or to draft somebody that they think could be good for the future.
My opinion, it's because of that draft year.
Think?
I mean,
that's 2 years from now that they're that certain about a second round pick?
Hey, these guys are picking kids out at 15 years old.
That's crazy.
And they follow them for years, and they follow their progress. They see their trajectory, and and they have something that they believe in. So that's my opinion. I don't know. I don't even know who the pick would be, or I don't even know what kids are.
And they don't even know where it's. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I don't know how I give these guys so much credit.
I just think they're looking at value of getting a pick, because even if you get to that year and you're better than you thought, and then you can use that second as currency to go get somebody else.
Yeah.
Kovalenko is a 25-year-old 2018 sixth round pick for Colorado. He's got 8 points in 28 games in his first season.
Yeah, he's playing he was a third or fourth line role, I think he was for them.
It was a good bonus, but I didn't know that Georgiev. We saw that coming, but I thought they maybe just keep stocking goalies. But I didn't see Colorado having Scott Wedgwood and Mackenzie Blackwood as their goaltending tandem.
They just basically rekindled the New Jersey Devils tandem from 4 years ago, right? 4 or 5 years?
Which is hilarious. The Devils goalies just seem to go to, if Vanacek and Blackwood go together, then Blackwood goes to someone else. Now Blackwood's back with Wedgwood.
And now it's Vanacek and Georgiev.
Yeah, they love to hang out, I guess.
We've been seeing this for a while.
Do they have two backups now? Is that the way you look at it?
For Colorado?
Two, yeah.
They basically have two backup goaltenders.
Unless they think. Remember
where a couple days ago they had a backup and no goaltender.
There was a point where New Jersey thought Blackwood was their starter of the future.
Right, he just can't stay healthy.
Could he be the starter?
Yeah.
Could he be that guy? Well, they traded for Wedgwood. Colorado did from Nashville, and I still left my paper over there. Damn it. Well, we'll move on. I looked at the stats between Wedgwood in Nashville versus Wedgwood in Colorado, because he's played 3 games. He has more wins in 3 appearances, 2 starts and 1 relief appearance with the Avalanche, than he did in 5 games, 4 starts. He was 1-2-1 with, again, admittedly, a very underperforming Preds team. But this is where I was going with this. I happened to be watching Buffalo versus Colorado on December 3rd, so it was just about a week ago, when Buffalo torched Alexander Georgiev. 4 goals, shredded him. They got the first, then all of a sudden 2 quick ones, then a fourth, and he didn't get pulled after the third, 2 quick ones. It was the fourth one, and that was the hook. Wedgwood came in, shut the door, and Colorado rallied to win 5-4. And in the postgame, in the Avalanche dressing room, this was 2 former Dallas Stars celebrating a win.
Oh, good. You guys come back. I give it to Wedge. Yeah. Boys, I said it when I got traded here. You guys are never out of a good squad. That was fun. 4 lines, 60, 2 tendies all year. Let's go. Let's move this.
So that was Scott Wedgwood accepting the giant oversized hat that they passed around from Valerie Nichushkin. And he was good in that game. But that dynamic, the top end of the Avalanche are so good that if you give them a chance, they're never out of games. And they're scary. I saw 4-0 Wedgwood came in. We were kind of excited. Hey, Wedgie's going to get his first appearance with the Avalanche. He's just in mop-up duty. and I turned the game off and we had something else to do. All of a sudden, I check it afterwards, and they won 5-4.
Well, they won a Stanley Cup with not an elite goaltender, right? And
it was with Darcy Kemper.
Yeah, so now they think that that's another formula for them. They don't have to, and we'll see if that pans out. But it seems like, again, the Jake Ottingers and Hellebucks are hard to come by. You know, you're not just going to go out and somebody's going to give you one of them. So, but they've found a way in their minds, and Joe Sakic knows how they won a Stanley Cup, and they still believe that they have enough bullets in the gun that basically what they're saying is we can outscore our mistakes. So we'll see.
You think they can, Sam?
They're missing a couple key guys.
Yeah, they can. I mean, they certainly can. I don't know that they're a Stanley Cup champion again, but it's a really interesting dynamic to watch because now we have no clue. Like, Blackwood could come in and be the Blackwood that they expected. Wedgwood could come in and lock down that position, and he could play more games.
How about the team he beat last night with a shutout?
Yeah.
His old team.
Yeah.
The New Jersey Devils.
So he's come back to the Devils, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, Luds, you know it is. You always find a little extra motivation when you're playing an X team, even when you have fond memories, because, look, every single guy in the NHL is competitive. Every single one. To a very high level. And so they'll find anything to turn the juices up. It'll be flipping quarters in the locker room or whatever you do. You're going to try to win that. You're trained that way. So then you say, hey, I'm going to go play my old team, my friends. Oh, I definitely want to beat them.
But how many guys would still be left there, you think?
Not as many as probably when he was there, but still, it's
Yeah.
it's the team, it's the fans, it's the organization. And I'm not saying he has bad blood about it. It's just, you know, when you've been somewhere, when you've played for that team, it stays with you, at least a part of you.
Yeah. So he actually, I texted him after that game that we were just watching the video, and he
Name
said,
dropper.
He said it reminded me of the Dallas arrival a little bit. Try to win the room over with effort. Felt good. Can't not like that entrance. And then something else he said to me that was really interesting was he said he definitely feels a big part of the reason he was brought there was for the room, for his personality and what he brings to the room, which makes a lot of sense because that's what people, I mean, if you were to say, what do you miss more about Scott Wedgwood in Dallas? I would think 90% of people say his off the ice stuff versus his on the ice stuff. So that could be a big dynamic. Maybe that's what the team needed. They were down on themselves a little bit with all that was going on. So that's a big part of his game, and we'll see off the ice and on the ice. He should have an impact there.
That's important for that guy in that role, that backup guy, because, you know, I've been around some of them guys and the goaltenders that I was fortunate enough to play with. They wanted to play every single game, and a lot of times they did. And you can't have that backup guy coming in there and moping around and feeling sorry for himself and thinking that he got screwed because he hasn't played in 5 or 6. You know, they're upbeat people and they know what their role is, and it's part of why they make moves for those kind of guys, because it's one of the questions that they'll do their homework on what kind of teammate he is, because you need a good teammate in that position.